Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Monad update for you guys. Monad up around 28% in the past week or so. Started covering Monad once again on the channel at 185 cent. You know, we're under the ICO price, right? And it's been bullish from ever since Monad got down to 17 cent, right? Now, obviously, like I said, guys, I didn't get the exact bottom. I'm not perfect. There's no way I will be able to get the exact bottom unless I DCA all the way down, right? But after I started to see a trend shift, I instantly was like, okay, guys, we gotta take a look at Monad. Sentiment overall is in the gutter. You know, entire crypto Twitter thinks Monad is dead. It's just gonna be another ghost chain. You see some type of trend reversal happening, and then you start to get exposure, right? So 185 cent, when I started to cover Monad on the channel once again, we've been climbing up ever since. Now at 2351 cent. I think an FDV of 50 to 100 bill market cap from Monad is possible from here. I don't think Monad just gets to 20 cents and then, the bull run is over for Monad. I think the entirety of 2026 will be in Monad's favor, right? I think the entirety of 2026, Monad will be one of the outliers that Benjamin Cohen expects to see in, you know, a midterm year, and Monad will be one of them. Look for coins that are outperforming on their Bitcoin peers, and Monad is one of the coins that is outperforming on its Bitcoin peer, right? And again, opportunities like this do not happen often, right? The entirety of crypto Twitter saying, oh, that coin is over with, that is going to just go to zero. You do the opposite of what the herd thinks. Be greedy when others are fearful. You manage your risk. You don't overinvest to go in debt, taking out loans no. You invest what you're willing to lose. You be strategic and you take profits along the way. Always leaving a moon bag though, no matter what. Always leaving a moon bag. Don't sell out all of your coins ever, right, in any project, because you never know how high they could go. But once you secure some, you know, initials with some profit, man, that's it. Let the bags ride from there. Take profits accordingly. But you know, when it comes to projects like this, man, the upside is so massive, right? You have to still be patient. You don't want to take profits too early, right? Now, I know this year has, you know, been very terrible for like 90%, 95, 99% of crypto. It's been okay for Bitcoin, but everything else has just been down in the gutter. Don't let that make your mind think that you know, the moves that we came to crypto for 100x, 1000x moves, right? Massive moves, right? That's why we're in crypto. Don't let this year that we've had, you know, turn your brain away from thinking that these types of moves can't happen anymore, because they can still happen, right? And that's why we're in the space, or else we'd be in the stock market, pretty much, right? So again, I think 50,000 to 100,000 Monad tokens is the way to go. We're looking good on volume, 176.2 mil in volume, up 31%. We're up 27.81% in the past week. One of the only coins that is up against Bitcoin. Altcoin, by the way. This is a layer 1. This is not a meme coin. It's a layer 1 blockchain that is indisputably the best EVM. Avalanche is EVM. Say is EVM. And it's indisputably, I would argue that Monad is better than both those EVMs. Even BNB, I think BNB is EVM as well, but BNB has Binance, so it's tough to compete against Binance. Okay, it's tough, man. If you know, people think CZ Binance controls the market, right? They think he manipulates the market, so it's tough to go against Binance. But when it comes to AVAX and Say, I think the winner here out of those three is Monad, right? Like I said in previous videos, I think Monad is in the spot where AVAX and Solana was in 2020 to 2021, right? Monad will make a massive move from this Q4 of 2025 to Q4 of 2026, right? And then it may even continue on after corrections along the way, because the next bull run begins in 2027 if 2026 has, because I think some, I see a lot of people predicting a Q1, Q2, bearish trend for Q1 and Q2, which would, we've already been in a bear market for Bitcoin, right? Benjamin Collins thinks Bitcoin is topped. So I think Q1, Q2 may be bearish, like, the other top analysts think. And, we may see a drop, but I don't think it's going to be a harsh bear market. Why do I think that? I think it's not going to be a harsh bear market because there was no euphoria, and majority of alts are down 99%, and majority of people this cycle has not made any gains unless they were early to the Solana ecosystem and traded memes or other altcoins in the Solana ecosystem. If they didn't do that this bull run, they didn't make any money, right? So I don't think we're going to have a harsh bear market. Retail never came back, no euphoria, none of that. So I don't think that next year is going to be as bearish as people expect. And I think for Monad, who's an outlier right now, outperforming Bitcoin, 2026 is going to be a massive year for Monad. Just like how, like I said, AVAX, Matic, Solana were absolutely insane in 2020 to 2021, right? And the transition, we're taking a look at Unit. This is the first coin launched on Monad. I think that is a great narrative. It's like a piece of history, just like CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks were like the first NFTs that were created on Ethereum, right? And even now to this day, CryptoPunks are, growing in value, not losing that much value even, in bearish market conditions, right? Because of their legacy and the history that they have. So I see the same thing here with Unit, right? Unit will have like history and legacy. There will only ever be one first coin ever launched on Monad, and Unit is the first coin launched on Monad. And I think that is a massive narrative, right? I'm telling you guys, like, the opportunities on Monad for how early it is crazy, because on Solana, even now in these bearish trends, you're seeing memes on Solana still get to 40 to 50 mil market cap, right? And we've yet to see that on Monad because it's still so early. So positioning yourself in the ecosystem now, you see 40 to 50 mil projects. And when we have a bullish market again, you see 100 mil, even $1 billion projects on Monad, right? Excuse me. So what's also great is that you see James interacting with the ecosystem, right? James interacted with Unit. He's added LP to Unit, stuck with Unit through every dip, every kingdom come moment, keep accumulating. Jay Hun Saker, right? Which is James right here, is the co-founder of Monad. He's accumulated, he's added LP, he's burned Unit before. And again, that is bullish, man. This is like owning a piece of history, even if you just buy it as like, a collectible, right? Buy some Unit as a collectible, in my opinion, right? Because there's only ever going to be Unit as the first coin ever launched on Monad. And when Monad becomes widely successful, Unit will still be the first coin ever launched on Monad, right? So that's how I see it, as like, that is, if you think about that, that's crazy, right? That is a crazy thought to have. That's like a massive narrative right there. So you see right here, James saying to check his wallet, like what he holds. And he has 1.5% of the Unit supply, which is great, right? 1.5%. That is conviction, right? I know it was extra cheap at the time to get it, but that is conviction right there, man. So as you can see, Unit I made a video on it around 50k market cap, 47k. So yeah, 47k market cap covered Unit, and now it's up from, let me see, 47k market cap. Remember, 47k market cap, I told you guys, even $50 gets you 1 million tokens. So right now it's up 200%, right? Basically a 3x, right? Because that's a 3x, 50k to 150k, just around 150k from 50k market cap. So your $50 right now is $139, right? And again, the upside for Unit is massive from here, man. But you see what I talk about with the ecosystem. Let me show you Monad on chain, right? Let me show you Monad on chain, like the chart for Monad on chain, right? When did we enter Unit? Okay, we enter Unit around that level. Okay, right here. So this is when we entered Monad and the ecosystem around 18.5. It's 18.5, 18.7, 18.6. Okay, so Monad is up 27%, 27.7% for us. Like I said, didn't call the bottom. Whereas Unit didn't call the exact bottom, but still a decent entry in my opinion, right? Whereas Unit is up 200%. Monad up 27%. Unit is up 200%. This is why I say, guys, these memes in the Monad ecosystem, it's like buying leveraged Monad, right? Without the liquidation. But you have to manage your risk because the volatility on memes is freaking crazy. You know, how many people got wrecked on memes this year, last year? Even in the bull run, people got wrecked on memes, right? So you have to manage your risk. This is why I told you, don't go crazy. Even $50 in could go very far, because guess what? Unit goes to 10 million market cap, 100 mil market cap, a billion market cap. 1 million tokens for $50 gets you 10K at 10 million, 100K at 100 million, and $1 million at a billion. Obviously, again, take profits on the way up, but never sell your entire bag, okay? Take profits on the way up, leave in the moon bag, because who's to say, you know, a year later from now, Unit is sitting at a billion market cap and you decided to hold, you know, 500K of the out of the million, right? You decided to hold 300K out of the million tokens, and then that 300K is at a billion market cap. You made $300,000 on Monad, right? So that's how you have to play, in my opinion, guys. And again, the community, they rated me, they shielded me, and I appreciate the hard work that they put in. So I covered the project, and it was literally just before it started to move up, and Monad started to move up, and that just like that, 200% gains. Obviously, you're gonna be like, I should have bought more. I should have bought more. I get it. I understand that. I get it. I understand. But you know, we're not perfect, man. We're not perfect individuals, right? You just have to take it one step at a time, right? Be more profitable every day and just keep building. That's all you have to do, in my opinion. So, you know, how many people in crypto Twitter, when say Unit gets to 10 million market cap, how many people in crypto Twitter are going to be like, wow, I didn't even know this thing existed, right? You're so ahead of the curve that 1 million tokens, right, is going to be ahead of the curve. So right now, though, 1 million tokens for Unit is $140, right? And again, it's still so undervalued, right? Just don't FOMO in. If you have 140, you want to invest for 1 million tokens, right? Maybe, you know, buy a little bit, wait to see if you have there's any dips, right? And then add more. Add on the dips, because buying this green candle on the daily is not advised, right? That's not strategy. You know, I don't think you should FOMO, but I still think you should get some exposure. So what you should do, say you want 1 million tokens, right? You get some exposure. Maybe you buy $40 now, right? And then maybe a pullback happens, and then you add another $20 to $30, right? And then that's how you do it when they're, you know, that's great strategy, right? So as always, Unit crushing it. It's going beast mode. I think it's one of the best performers on Monad, as far as, like, you know, in comparison to Monad, like if it on its wrap Monad peer, it's one of the better performers, like one of the best. I think the only other one that has been making moves like this up 200% is Moncock, right? It's Moncock and Unit. Those are the best performers on Monad as far as their wrap Monad peer, right? As far as comparing to Monad and its and the price action, right? Because Moncock is up like 300 to 400% from the lows, and Unit is up 200 to 300% from the lows, right? So, you know, you bet on the winners, guys. And again, this is a great narrative, man. The first coin on Monad, this is history right here. So buying some as a collectible, you never know what could happen in the future. This could be like, you know, the crypto punks, like I've mentioned before, and crypto punks of ETH, no matter the market conditions, have been more and more successful, right? Because of they were the first NFTs ever created, right? So it's a similar thesis here for the Monad ecosystem. As always, none of this is financial advice. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. Like the video, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.